Hey guys, great to see you. So this week I'm bringing you two books by two different writers because I wanted to kick off looking at one of those writers, and I thought it was, because the two books were somewhat thematically linked, I thought it was actually a good way to talk about the other writer who is less, who I have less, basically there's less stuff to talk about with him, so I thought I'd put the two writers together when I realised how thematically similar they are. But first, remember, we have a shop, and you want to support us in our shop, come across. You want to support us in our shop, come across to the Black Cockie Press shop on their website, and you can get t-shirts. These are so cool and so comfortable. And we have books to help you write, other services to help you write, other things to help you write, books to fill you some time up, books to entertain you. So this one is now out in paperback. There are no more hard copies to buy. It's just now in paperback. And also new to paperback is Scum of the Universe. So this is a great novel. It had previously only been available in ebook, but that's changed this year. We've got it out in print. It is a wonderful science fiction comedy series. If you are interested in things like Red Dwarf, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Rick and Morty, Futurama, you'll love this book. Okay? It is very funny. It is got lots of adventure. It is action-packed. It moves at a great clip. It has heart. You'll love it. A great book. So this is out now. If you buy it off the Black Cockie Press website, there's a 10% discount. There's about 10% off all of the recommended retail price on all of the books. So you get a discount when you buy from Black Cockie Press. Yeah, so come and check us out because this is a really cool book, and we think you will really love it if that's your thing. Sci-fi. If sci-fi is not your thing, we've got, you know, this one is literary fiction, we've got poetry, we've got family story. The Red Dust is a family story. You know, so we got stuff. We got lots of different stuff. You want to learn to write, we've got stuff to do that. Come across, check it out. So, what are we having a look at today? Well, we're having a look at two books. We're having a look at Mothering Sunday by Graham Swift, and we are having a look at Atonement by Ian McEwan, and we're going to look at a bunch of Ian McEwan's in the future, so this isn't going to be the only one. This is just the first Ian McEwan that we're having a look at. This one is a Booker Prize winner. This one is Booker shortlist. Ian McEwan did win the Booker Prize, I think the year after this, for Amsterdam. And Amsterdam won the Booker Prize. That's one of his that won the Booker Prize. So, what links these two books? Both of these books are about women writers. Both of them are women writers looking back at some very important seminal part of their past that they are then writing. So this one, I'll start with this one. This one is about a maid, or at least she starts out her life as a maid. She's called Jane Fairchild. She is in service because she is an orphan. It is just after the First World War. The family that she's a maid for have lost all their sons in the First World War, and the neighbouring family have lost all but one of their sons. And on this day, Mothering Sunday, which is a day off for all the service staff, the families are getting together to celebrate the engagement of the remaining son and another girl from a good family. And Jane Fairchild is having an affair with him. It started out as him paying her, but has now developed into something with real emotion. And he invites her round to visit with him on this day that will change her life. It's a day that will change her life, change the course of everyone's lives. And the thing that makes this book so compelling, I won't spoil the plot for you, because it really is, there's a lot of that I can't really say much more about the plot, simply because it would be massive spoilers. But it is a book about memory, is a book about going over and retelling, and how do I tell this story, and where is my focus, and slipping back, and no, it's not like that, and pulling back and doing it again, and working out a way of telling this story. So it's an incredibly fascinating book. It's a case of, it's one of those stories where if your life could just pivot on an action, and everyone's lives pivots on the action of one person and changes them irrevocably. So it is an absolutely beautiful little book. It's very small, but yeah, highly recommend reading it. So yeah, Mothering Sunday, great one. There is a film coming out. I haven't had a chance to see it yet, or if I have, I'll let you know in the notes what I thought of it. I do want to go see it. In fact, it was the film that made me pick the book up in the first place, because I like Josh O'Connor, and Josh O'Connor's in the film. Actually, the film has a really great cast, but that's why I read this. I didn't expect it to be quite so gorgeous as it is. But yeah, so it's all about constructing the narrative in retrospect, and how we do that, and how we what sort of awareness we bring to that. So that one, I just really wanted to show you that one because I thought it was so beautiful. Next one is Atonement. Now, I think just about everyone has probably heard of Atonement, because there was a big feature film made of it. Has Keira Knightley in it, has what's his name? James McAvoy, back before he was gobbled up by his stupid hero movies. God, the number of actors who've been gobbled up by stupid hero movies. I mean, I know they drive a dump truck of money up to their doorstep, and who can refuse, but if you don't like stupid hero movies, there's a lot of actors taken out of the circuit. Anyway, before he got gobbled up by his stupid hero movies, he made was in this. Now, actually, so also is Benedict Cumberbatch. He's in the movie too. But this is, again, a story of the interwar years, like Mothering Sunday. But this is in the late 1930s, not the early 1920s. This is just on the cusp of the Second World War. And this, again, is a story that hinges on a misunderstanding and a piece of information that changes everything. In this case, The misunderstanding is Bryony Tallis's misunderstanding of the relationship between her older sister and the son of one of their servants, Robbie, who's been to university, who's an educated young man, but from the lower classes. And he and Bryony's sister, Cecilia, are in love. And what Bryony sees and what Bryony as a 13-year-old girl understands is not the reality of the situation. When something dreadful occurs, when an attack is made on her cousin by a guest, Bryony accuses Robbie. And because she didn't understand what she had seen. The entire book is Bryony's attempt to atone for what she has done. The whole book is an attempt to to atone for this heinous act that shattered the lives of her sister, of Robbie, and ultimately herself, because she in some ways sacrifices her own life, to the atonement of this wrong that she did when she was 13. So both books, rather fascinatingly, are about writing. They're about writers. They're about the way that writers construct their world. They're about the way that writers are unreliable, that human perception is unreliable, that what we think we see may not be what we actually see, that what we understand in the moment ceases to be what it is when we step out of that moment and have hindsight. Hindsight, of course, is 20/20, whereas in the moment can be either very short or long-sighted. So both of these books, if you're interested in books that are about the nature of writing, the nature of constructing reality, both of these books, I can say, are really things that you would enjoy. Atonement is actually both of these books definitely. Both of these books are quite unique in the canons of their writers. They're not like anything else that they've written. I mean, Ian McEwan, I found, is around this period, or not here, but after Amsterdam, his writing gets a little bit patchy. It's sort of like Winning the Booker went a bit to his head. So he seems to have like smoothed it out now, but there's rough going in the books just after the Winning the Booker. So Saturday and Solar are not so, but I would definitely say that the latest one about the AI creatures is really a great return to form. This one is quite different to much of what Ian McEwan does, because Ian McEwan does rather enjoy playing in the uncanny valley and in the macabre. So the fact that this is not macabre makes it quite unique. His early stuff is quite macabre, he pulls back, but he really does work best in a macabre place and in the uncanny valley. So it's a very unusual book for his oeuvre. Graham Swift, I've read some, I really enjoy his writing, but again, this is rather a unique work in terms of his works as a whole. He does write intensively about relationships, and that's really quite interesting. He's very interested in relationships, especially long-term relationships. So that's quite a fascinating place if you want to read books that sit in that world. But that's what I've got for you today. So I'm going to see you sometime later. So peace and love, and I will bring you more books in the future. Bye-bye. If you would like to support this channel, come across to the Black Cockie Press website, www.blackcockiepress.com.au, where you will find books and other writing services to help with your writing.